fetal pig measures to about 26.5 centimeters. This means that the fetal pig is estimated to be about 15 weeks old.
When we examine our piglet, we discover that it is a male because of the genital orifice under the umbilical cord. It's a little opening, as you can see right there. And then when you look under the tail, there is a scrotum right here that also identifies it as a male.
Now we're moving on into the reproductive system. As we have a male fetal pig, the gonads will be the testes, which are located right here. This is the reproductive organ of the fetal pig, and the testes help produce sperm. Since this is a male pig, there is no genital papillae found. The genital papillae develop in what becomes a vagina in female pigs. The scrotum, which is located right here, is directly attached to the testes on the posterior end of the pig.
So the fetal pig has the anterior end, where you can find the opening, the mouth. The tongue is used for chewing and for swallowing. At the posterior end, we can find the scrotum located in the pig. The dorsal end is right here, whereas the ventral end is located right here, where the umbilical cord is. Over here is the umbilical cord, which is located in the ventral side of the fetal pig. It supplies the fetus with nutrients and other resources while in the mother's uterus.
Now we are looking at the circulatory system. As you can see in the body cavity, the fetal heart is located between the lungs, and it is a 4-chamber heart that pumps blood throughout the body. When we look at the ventral side of the heart, we see the right atrium and the right ventricle. As we turn it, we see the left atrium and the left ventricle. Between these, we see an opening that is called the foramen ovale. It transports partially oxygenated blood. It lets the oxygenated blood from the placenta get circulated faster.
The skin of the fetal pig is smooth and it is covered by a thin layer of hair that is used to maintain homeostasis and protect it from external environment.
Next, we are moving on to the respiratory system. Firstly, we have the trachea. The trachea is a passageway for air that leads to the lungs, which is over here, and it lies ventral to the esophagus. It is composed of cartilage and is ribbed in structure. As you can see here, it contains many segments. Next, we have the lungs. The lungs can be found both on the right and on the left. The lungs have a spongy texture and appearance. They function in respiration to add oxygen and remove carbon dioxide from the body. Next, we have the rib cage. The rib cage can be found right here on the sides, and we have another one here as well. It encases the heart and the lungs in the skeletal cage. Finally, we have a diaphragm, which is this thin layer right here. The diaphragm is located above the liver, which is the most prominent organ in the body cavity. The diaphragm divides the colon into 2 regions, the thoracic cavity over here and the abdominal cavity.
Right here is the esophagus, and it transports food from the pharynx all the way to the stomach, which is located right above the spleen and is right next to the liver. The small intestines are right here, and they're located right below the stomach, and they consist of 3 parts: the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. Right next to the small intestines are the large intestines, located right here, and right below is the cecum, It is a small pouch that joins the small intestines with the large intestines, and it contains bacteria used to digest plant-like material such as cellulose. After removing the small intestines from the digestive system, we uncoiled it and discovered the small intestines to be 4 feet and 6 inches.
Now we take a look at the nervous system. As we examine the brain, we see that the forebrain, this yellow part, it becomes the cerebellum. The cerebellum is for complex processing, regulation of sleep, and olfactory input. As you can see, the olfactory bulb is pretty big, which suggests that the pig has keen senses. The midbrain, which is this blue part right here, coordinates routing of sensory input. At the bottom is the hindbrain. This controls involuntary activities and motor activities. Alright, right now we are examining the endocrine system. We're taking a look at the pancreas, which is right here. It is the major digestive gland of the digestive system in vertebrates. It is located beneath the small intestine. The pancreas has dual functions in the endocrine and the exocrine system. In the endocrine, the function is to produce insulin, glucagon, and other hormones that are important to regulate the sugar levels and to metabolize fats and carbohydrates. And right here, this long one is the spleen. It breaks down the red blood cells, platelets, and bacteria.
Now we'll be moving on to the excretory system. Firstly, we have the kidneys. It is the main excretory system of the fetal pig. It excretes waste products out of the body and is also heavily involved in osmoregulation. Right next to the kidney, we can see the ureters. The ureters is this passageway right here. It is an extension that transports urine to the urinary bladder. The urinary bladder can be found all the way here. The urinary bladder is a sac that stores urine until it is eliminated from the body. Finally, we are right here at the posterior end, we have the ureter. The ureter is the tube that connects the urinary bladder to the rectum. Urine travels from the urinary bladder across the urethra and leaves the body via the rectum.